When I saw the pictures of this estate sale, there was a ton of vintage Christmas. There were 4 knee-hugging elves sitting right on top of a ton of shiny brights. Besides that, there was a table filled with old school board games, a kitchen filled with vintage glassware, and other items that looked interesting. Would it be worth driving 40 minutes in order to find a few treasures at this estate sale? Let's find out. Welcome back to Textiles and Treasures. If you're new here, I'm Kim and I collect vintage glassware, retro board games, and anything to do with needlework and fiber arts. For the most part, I try to stay local when I go to estate sales, about 30 minutes away. This sale was 40 to 45 minutes away, but there were a few items that really caught my eye in the photos, so I decided to get up early and head down and see what luck I would have. By the time I arrived at this estate sale, there were quite a few people in front of me. I think I was number 46 or something like that. Because of the new rules, they were only letting about 20 people in at a time, which meant that I had to be patient and wait. While I was waiting in line, what did I see but 2 people leaving with bags and bags full of vintage Christmas. So I had a feeling that those knee-hugging elves would not be there by the time I made it inside. And I was right. However, I still managed to pick up a few treasures. Besides the vintage Christmas, one of the items that caught my eye in the photos was this milk glass strawberry. This is a Hazel Atlas strawberry dish, and this came in a set of 4. These are actually spoon rests, and they came in a set of 4 of different fruits. There are grapes and pears, which are easier to find, an apple, which is harder to find, but I was lucky to come across in the winter, and the strawberry, which I had never seen before. Now I have a complete set. Speaking of vintage kitchenware, I found this M&M's covered glass jar for M&M's candies or any other snacks or treats. I decided that I had to get this because I actually have a weakness for these M&M characters, and this was interesting. This was a promotional piece for the 1984 Olympics. I was really surprised that this has never been used. It looks like it's still sealed from its original packaging back in the 80s. And like much kitchen glassware, it's made by Anchor Hawking. This was only marked $2, so I figured why not? Like I said, I have a weakness for these M&M characters. In the kitchen, I also found this carrying tray with all of these glass custard cups. I almost never find these carrying cases. Obviously, the more desirable ones are the ones for glasses, but since I do use a lot of custard cups, I thought this would come in handy. I like that this tray is actually a silver or a chrome color, which is more my style. I'm not so much into the brass. This tray came with 4 of these Pyrex custard cups and 4 of these glass bake custard cups. This can be used for serving, but I also think it would be great for sorting craft supplies. I try to think of other uses for all of this cool kitchenware. This tray was marked $3. One of the things that I was excited to find was this stack of vintage Valentines as well as some Christmas cards. This year I've definitely got interested in vintage paper, so I was excited to find paper in person. I thought this Christmas card was really pretty. There's some really interesting coloring on it that makes me think of the 60s. You can see that this was made by Gibson. And here's what it reads inside. I wish there had been more of these because I would have picked them up, but there was just one, but at least I'll be able to display this one at Christmas. I found a stack of this card. I thought it was pretty, but I didn't really need the whole collection. Hopefully somebody else will find it and appreciate it. This one is by Red Farm Studio. And here's what it says inside. Here's another cute Christmas card that I picked up. I love this little fireside scene. This one is also by Red Farm Studio. And here's what it says inside. Just a few Christmas cards, but I was more excited about the vintage Valentines. There are quite a few of this larger Valentine that are actually kind of sealed in their envelope. As you can see, it says Valentine, Venice, you going to be mine. I'm not clowning around, I want you for my Valentine. Valentine, your tops. Valentine, play ball with me. Teacher, you rate 100% with me. Be my Valentine. I sure would like to measure up to be your Valentine. You rule my heart, teacher. A Valentine hello. Oh, this is so cute with this little puppy. Just for you, happy Valentine's Day. Another kitty, and you can see that these cards were made by Hallmark. Be mine. I want you for my Valentine. I hope you do not mind. So cute. Just for the record, Valentine, you make a hit with me. Happy Valentine's Day to a nice teacher. Check out their clothing. Very different from today. You're my favorite number, Valentine. Doggone it. Why don't you be my Valentine? So silly. You're the perfect Valentine for me. You sweep me off my feet, Valentine. Just thought I'd pop the question, will you be my Valentine? You're a knockout, Valentine. You bowl me over, be my Valentine. I'm set to sail in your direction. Will you be my Valentine? Valentine, you've got me in a spin. As you can see, that is a pretty sizable stack of Valentines. I don't often find paper in such great condition, so I was really excited. While I was looking at the paper, I also came across this stack of vintage Girl Scout cards. As you can see, they were attached with a paper clip, so that one is in a little rough condition, but these are in great condition. As you can see, these are from the early 1960s. I can't believe these survived for so long, and that's why I decided to take them. I was only a brownie for a short time, but I remember this pledge very well. I also found these bridge invitations with Snoopy on them. Obviously, bridge is not something we play as much anymore, and I wonder if you could buy these type of cards these days. Since these were new in package, I decided to get them. They originally retailed for 49 cents and then were sold for 22 cents. I was surprised to find these salt and pepper shakers. As you can see, they're in that beautiful turquoise teal color that makes me think of mid-century. And as you can see here, these were from TWA. I also found this little TWA napkin ring. I bet these were from being in first class or business class. One of the things I decided to get is this nervous breakdown mystery puzzle. As you can see, it's a little puzzle with balls, which you can probably hear, and you're trying to solve it without looking at the mirror on the top. So you have to kind of use your judgment in order to get it to move around. I loved the color of the graphics on this piece, and I love that it was teacups and carafes and things like that. You can see the variations here on the back and see that it's from 1968. I don't think it's often that I find something like this, so I decided to get it. I also decided to pick up this goose barrette, or at least what used to be a goose barrette, because it looked like it was from the same era. I liked the colors, and it's just something I don't find often. I can find a way to use this at some point in the future. I was also super excited to find this pair of mini planters. I collect and use these mini planters for my succulents, and I love the speckled colors with all the different flowers. As you can see, this planter is by Takahashi, and I think these are from the late 70s. I've never seen this striped one before, but I love that it has a hole, and it will be perfect for some of my plants. I also decided to pick up this denim drawstring tote bag. It actually had some initials on here, but I took that panel off, and I like that it has a little pocket. I figured this would be a good pattern to use if I wanted to make my own tote bag, and I like having something that's durable denim in order to store things. It was perfect for taking home some of my glassware. I had a feeling that I would find some needlework and fiber art at this sale just based on the items that I could see in the house. However, I saw somebody who had filled a bag with what looked like sewing items and crafting items, so I felt like I might have missed it. Luckily, I was persistent and patient. I saw some yarn hanging out of this bag, so I was curious what was inside. Once I pulled out the yarn, I found a loom. As you can see, this loom has seen better days. This is actually a Jiffy loom, and it would have had these pieces all around the outside with this adjustable bar in order to make different size squares. However, this just showed me that I needed to keep looking in the bag. Underneath the broken loom, I found this box, and as you can see here, this is a Weave It box. Weave It's are some of the best pin looms, and I was so excited to find one in the original box in great condition. As you can see here, there's a stitch holder in the box, as well as the loom and 2 needles. As you can see, this needle is for the Jiffy loom. It's a Jiffy needle, and these needles can be hard to find, so hopefully when I come across an intact Jiffy loom, I will already have the needle. And this is the original needle for the Weave It. As you can see, this is a pin loom called the Weave It by Donar Products, which was based in Massachusetts, and this is the desirable one with the plastic and the rounded edges of the pins. Even better than that awesome loom, the original instructions are inside. This shows you what you can weave with this loom, and here's how you do it. This is a super awesome find. You can find scans of these online, but finding the original is awesome. And it also has a Weave It Weaves book. The book is in excellent condition. This shows all of the different designs that you can do with the pin loom. When I found this book, I was so excited that I went to this estate sale. And this little promotional booklet tells you what you can make with the pin loom, as well as the original costs of the product product. I found a couple of Weave It looms and other mini looms at estate sales before, but never in such good condition in the original box with the instructions in the needle. This was an awesome find that I feel like was waiting there just for me. I also found another bag that you can see is labeled Needlepoint Wall Art. Inside is the remainder of the yarn and the instructions for making this needlepoint, and you can see that it was already completed, so of course I had to rescue it. It's quite adorable and perfect for a kitchen. I ended up paying $10 for all of the loose items, including the vintage Valentines, the Weave It loom, and the milk glass strawberry and the mini planters. That was definitely a great deal for this estate sale. So I paid $15 in total. I ended up being really happy that I made the trip down. Leave a comment and let me know your favorite finds from this estate sale. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any of my future estate sale videos. Be sure to check out this playlist for more of my estate sale finds. Have a good one. Goodbye.